without governments being generous in philanthropy, it just never happens. But it's coming together. I was in Kenya seeing the work, and we'll get it out there. We have partnerships with lots of the ultrasound companies, including Philips, who, if we fund it, they work with us very well.
And this is an HPV single dose. So you basically have a backpack of goodies that saves lives.
Yeah, there's a ton of this stuff. And here with HPV, we did something pretty amazing. We brought the cost of the vaccine down by bringing a lot of manufacturers in, people like Serum, some Chinese manufacturers. But we also did something that was very expensive and risky, is we went out and really studied women who'd only gotten one dose of the vaccine and showed that they were as protected as well as people who'd had 2 or 3 doses. And that means that given that the vaccine budget is super limited, because now we're at single dose, which over 20 countries have adopted, we can protect twice as many women with our very limited resources as we could when the view was that you had to get out there with 2 doses. And it's not, who's motivated to spend tens of millions of dollars and prove something like that. It just, there's no market mechanism that ever proves you need less doses.
But politicians, are they listening? So we have multiple crises, it's wars, it's climate change, it's inflation. I mean, has healthcare worldwide really dropped off the list when you speak to world leaders?
Well, when we raised money for Global Fund a year ago, we actually end up with a little bit less money, which is tragic. As we raise, and Global Fund works on TB, malaria, and HIV. So we raise money for Gavi at the end of this year. As we see, does the U.S. maintain its commitment to its HIV work, which is both its PEPFAR bilateral work, and it's by far the largest donor, 25% of the Global Fund. We'll see if these, high impact, saving lives for less than $1,000 per life saved, if in the face of things that, are not as dramatic, those are getting more attention. If we had held a meeting on global health, I don't think we'd get 70,000 people to come. We'd work hard to get 700 people to come. And yet, if you want people to be dealing with climate change, making sure a kid has good nutrition is by far more impactful, because then even if there's a little bit more malaria or a little bit more heat, that's what makes them incredibly resilient. And yet, that nutrition research and investments, they're not counted in this quota of, okay, let's shift the money. And global health is a little bit off the radar screen right now.
So you've really made healthcare your life's work. And I think this morning you said, look, you're a little bit jealous of the attention of COP.
Well, I'm involved in climate change as well. I'm actually I do more philanthropy for climate change than anyone else does. I fund more private companies. It's a very important issue over the long run. As fields mature, you figure out how to spend money well. And in the year 2000, global health, we weren't doing autopsies. That's a thing the Gates Foundation funds to really understand the burden of disease. We weren't gathering the data. We fund international health metrics to do that. And the donors weren't engaged in working together. And so that's been super successful. Climate's at a very early stage, and so a lot of these grants are not high impact, not very good at measuring it. The innovation agenda there, which will also be